Good morning, everybody. I thought that I would do something a little bit different this week. I absolutely love watching weekly vlogs, so I thought that I would share with you a week in our life. I'll just be filming a little bit every day and just let you know what we get up to during this week. It's a little bit of a strange week work-wise for me because the person that normally looks after Rupert for me a few days a week is actually ill at the moment. She had an operation last week, so obviously she is recovering still. Finley will be going to nursery though this week, so I will bring you along and show you everything in my week in the life of a stay-at-home / work-at-home mum whilst balancing childcare and everything else. Rupert's just woken up from his nap. It's about 10 o'clock, so it's going to get yellow as I go in here. Oh, that's awful. Hi, chick. Let's open these curtains and we can turn this light off then. That's better. Hi, my chick. You ready to get out? Come on. Say hi. Who is that? You ready to go out? I think you've done something smelly in your nappy for me, haven't you? I really need to film let's just turn this white noise off. I really need to film a daily routine video with Rupert for 6 to 9 months. He's actually just turned 9 months, so he's a little bit older than that age bracket, but I will talk about how his routine has been for the last 3 months. That's something that we will definitely do, potentially this week while Rupert, get their names mixed up, while Finley's at nursery and I've got Rupert at home with me. Yeah. But he's just woken up now. It's 10 o'clock and he went down about 9 o'clock, so he's had about an hour and then hopefully he'll have his big nap at lunchtime, but we shall see. Go on, you can do it by yourself. I'm going to film you. Mommy. That's right, keep going. I'm right here. Finley, in his newfound confidence, is tackling this beast. I am scared of heights and I try not to show him my fear, but it terrifies me. He's been doing so well and going completely independently, haven't you? You're climbing all the way to the top. Hello.
Mummy, slide get up.
No, thank you. I'll just stay right here on the floor. What do you think of this big old slide? Oh. We've just got home from the playground and the boys are napping now. I just thought I'd show you what I picked up. I'm in a really seasonal mood today. So we're going to make I am going to make some butternut squash soup. It's really, really delicious. I often make it with a puff pastry topper, but I'm not going to do that this year. I'm actually going to do it with cheese and apple toasties, which is something that I actually saw on Blair Lamb's channel. So I've just got onions, carrots, vegetable stock, ginger, butternut squash, and that's all you need with a few different herbs and spices for the soup. I am using a Mary Berry recipe this year, although I usually use a James Martin one, which is really nice. And then I've also picked up some apples and puff pastry because I'm going to make some apple puffs. I'll show you them later. They are delicious and the boys love them too. The bread for the sandwiches, and then this, look at this amazing pumpkin. The camera is not quite picking up the real colour, it's a bit more green in real life, but they do white pumpkins at the moment. This is all from Lidl. They do white pumpkins at the moment in Lidl for £3.99. I think this was £3.27. It's a seasonal squash, so basically you can eat it, but we're just going to use it for decor around the house. I need to get all our Halloween autumn decor out and ready. I might do that this week actually, and then I can show you. So that is what I'm going to do now. And I've got my laptop over here ready to go for some YouTube while I get on with it, and I will show you the finished product. Just finished chopping up all the butternut squash. If you are looking for some sensory play that's taste safe, then using butternut squash seeds or pumpkin seeds, to be honest, pumpkins are better because obviously you get a lot more, are brilliant. Not necessarily the seeds, but the mush that comes with it. It's so tactile, really great to just put in a tray or even just on the high chair and let little ones squish it between their fingers, and of course if they do put it in their mouth, it's not going to do them a great deal of harm. So we've got the apples simmering away here. In fact, I might just turn that down a little. And then we've got the soup in here. It's really, really delicious. In fact, Rupert, oh, hi darling. In fact, Rupert's just sampling the goods. What do you think, Ru? I've just dipped I've just dipped a piece of bread in it for him. And he thinks it's delicious, don't you? And you're going to enjoy these apple puffs as well. I have to say the house smells absolutely amazing with both of these things going on. I'll show you what these look like when they're done. I'm just waiting for the apples to soften. They've got some sugar, cinnamon, and just a little bit of oil in there to steam them. And then basically all you do is when that's done, you puree it. I've just got one of these hand blenders. Oh, there's these. And then you basically just spread it out on the puff pastry. I don't think I've ever shown you our hallway before, but this is what it looks like. We just bought this new rug from HomeSense the other day. It's a Ralph Lauren one and it's really nice. We didn't buy it because it was Ralph Lauren, but that was just a happy coincidence. Excuse my terrible slippers. These are actually from when we went on holiday to Venice a few years ago, pre-children. I need to get some proper slippers. And then as you can see, the hallway's not quite finished yet. We are waiting for it to be painted next week. We started this before Rupert was born, did it ourselves mostly, or actually I can't take any credit because I didn't do anything because I was very pregnant. But we need to get new lights, we're getting all the woodwork painted, and then we've got our autumn wreath on the door here, which is a nice one because it transitions nicely into Christmas. We moved into this house 4 years ago, but it's been very much a work in progress to get it done, and we're definitely not finished yet, but I'll just show you what's going on in here. So this is our living room, and then we're just having all the cozy vibes. This is life with a toddler. That really shouldn't be on there. We need to get a table for it. So this is our living room at the moment. This mirror we need to move because we did a bit of scooching round of everything, but this is a new rug as well. I'm not sure about it, if I'm perfectly honest, but we're just leaving it there for a day just to kind of decide. I can't decide whether it looks a bit too beige in here. What do you think? I really love the colour of this and the kind of warmth that it brings, and I don't know whether this washes the room out a little bit. So yeah, do let me know. This is what we've done to our living room now is basically, this is the kids zone over on this side, and then we've got cozy adult zone. It's a really, really stupid long room. So if I stand on this side, you can see we used to have our sofa on this wall here where these two chairs are, and our TV, that was over there, and then we had our TV cabinet and here. But it just meant that there was a really, really long stretch in between any other seating, and then we moved the seats here and had them here to create like a seating zone, but it didn't give enough space with the door. So it's just basically a constant work in progress, and this was really clean and tidy about an hour ago, and now looks like this. But that's just life with children. And then we got some new cushions for the autumn. I really love these actually, and I love the colour on this side too, that kind of plum colour. So nice for autumn and Christmas, but I don't like the velvet and velvet, so if we have them on that side, I'll have to put a different cushion in the middle, I think. Does this look familiar? We're just about to film a baby class, aren't we? In fact, we're just about to film 2 baby classes. One for the weekly baby class and then one for the monthly patron-only baby class that I share over on my Patreon page. So we'll see how we do. I went to go and collect Finley from nursery and then realised my car's in the garage. So I had to ring Lawrence to go and get him, but that's fine. I'm actually getting a new car this week, so that's very exciting, isn't it? Let's film the baby class and we will see you shortly. Someone's all ready to go to the nanny. Finley's just gone off to nursery, dressed head to toe in yellow because it's yellow day today. Is that better? You just love standing up now, don't you? He's doing so well at standing up, aren't you? He prefers to stand up than sit down now, which is a slight problem because he's always crawling up onto me every time I sit down on the floor, which makes it a little difficult to do anything, doesn't it? He's just not quite got to that stage where he's cruising across things yet, although we've been practicing, haven't we? But let me show you. Getting a toy and then putting it on the piece of furniture, which then in theory should mean that he has to move to get it. Although this is probably not a good example because the footstool is a bit too small, but works quite well on the sofa. I'm going into the office for the first time today in, well, I don't know, since before I had Rupert actually, because obviously I didn't go back to work pre-lockdown, I was still on maternity leave, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. It will be nice to have a little bit of me time, not at home. It always makes me feel a bit more professional, I guess, going into an office. So I will take you along with me and show you a little bit of what we've got going on there. Rupert's just napping at the moment, but I need to get him up now to take him to our nanny. As you will have seen, it's actually Friday now. I meant to film on Wednesday. We went to Baby Sensory, had a lovely time. We're always out all day on a Wednesday because we take Finley into nursery in the morning and then I just hang around in the town that he goes to nursery in, which is not where we live. And I did take my camera, however the battery died, so stupid rookie YouTube error. And then yesterday I had the world's worst day, which I will talk to you a little bit about later, but honestly it was like one of those nightmare days. I'll take you along today and then I will make up for it with Saturday and Sunday when I will be getting my new car. So if you're interested in things like that, then make sure you stick around until the end of this video when you'll be able to see that. You can tell how unpracticed I am at coming into the office. I forgot my laptop, my notepad, my pens, everything that I need for work, which is just brilliant. Luckily we don't live actually that far away from the office, so I can nip home and get things if I want to, but so annoying. Anyway, this is where I work, just right next door to a church, which is lovely, and in the countryside. Now let me just show you before I go in, this beast on my windscreen, this is what I had all the trouble with yesterday. Let me just flip you around. Basically my car went in for its MOT last week. That came back with a huge crack on the windscreen and they're denying all responsibility, which is great, but luckily I have proof that it was their fault. So we're now having to get that changed, my whole windscreen replaced tomorrow. And I've had to claim on the insurance for that and pay an excess, but the garage are going to pay. They don't know it yet, but they are, because I'm paying for something that I didn't do. It's really bad, isn't it, that you would take a car in for its MOT and then that would happen while it was in their care, and it's a really, really big crack as well. Not impressed, especially not when I'm handing in my car to trade in at the weekend to get my new one. Back in the car. I actually came home for a little while because I'd forgotten my laptop, so I've just been working at home. And what have I been doing today? I've been yo-yoing between creating bonfire night and Halloween plans for reception classrooms for one job, and then I've been doing a little bit of article writing this afternoon on how to deal with challenging toddler behaviour, answered a few emails, had an email about a podcast that I'm going to be in, I think next week, which is exciting, never done that before. And then also had an email from a client that I used to do some work for, asking if I'd be interested in doing some more work for them, and then had some other work sent back to me from a company that I've been doing some consultancy for with a few amendments. So it's been a really busy day, and the time now is, what time are we on? 3 o'clock, so heading off to pick Finley up from nursery, and then it will be over to pick up Rupert from the nanny. bet you didn't think I listened to music like this. Got two boys here, one here and one, oh, I don't know if you can see him, and one here. Say hi. Did you have a nice time at nursery today?
Yeah.
What would you like to tell us about what you did? Finley took a teddy bear in today, didn't you? For a teddy bear's picnic. I made a beef stew last night in our crock pot. It was so good. Had a slight dumpling disaster with them being burnt, but other than that it was amazing. Really, really easy to make as well. I just got it off the BBC Good Food website. So I'm just reheating some of that for the boys' tea. It's just got carrots, onions, garlic, potatoes, and then this is brisket beef with some vegetable stock and a few spices. So that'll be perfect for both boys. Obviously for Rupert I'll have to cut these potatoes up and carrots because they're too big for him, but perfect for both. Although I don't know whether Finley will eat any of it because he's going through a bit of a fussy food stage at the moment. So what I'm trying to do is give him something that I know that he'll eat along with something that I'm not sure whether he'll eat. So he's having a yogurt for definite, and I might give him another piece of fruit as well and a piece of bread, and then I know for sure that he's going to eat those, and then I'll give him the stew as well. And then basically it's just no pressure to eat the stew, but he will keep on getting presented with those types of foods again, so I won't just not give him stew again. And over time he does tend to eat them. He's also really great if I give him his dessert, so like his yogurt or fruit alongside his main meal. He does really well then trying to eat a little bit of his main meal. He tends to eat the dessert first and then we'll eat the other bit next. Yes, what's wrong? The TV switched off. Oh, it has. Was that Rupee that did that?
Yes.
Finley's just having a bit of a chill time on the sofa after being at nursery all day, aren't you? Have you had a very busy day at nursery?
Yeah.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Bodes well for an early Friday night, doesn't it? And Rupert did really well at our nanny's house. Slept from, I think she said, from 1 until 3:10 or something. So a really good nap. And what are you doing? Hey, have you had a nice day? I missed you. We never ever used to let Finley watch TV when he was a baby, and he was never bothered about it as a result. But obviously second children doesn't apply, because this one loves a bit of TV. So obviously in turn Rupert's become a little bit obsessed with TV as well. But I do try to not put him in front of it too much, and to be honest I'll probably take him into the kitchen with me now. We can come in here and have a bit of kitchen playtime, can't we? Oh, you love to open and shut that door, don't you? This is Finley's little kitchen from IKEA. Was it IKEA? No, it was Aldi, sorry. We got it for him the Christmas after he turned 1, so he's a September baby, so he was about just over 1 when he got it. But people ask me, in fact I did a video about ideas for first birthday presents, and I'll leave a link up on the screen for you, but people ask me sometimes about things like this for first birthdays. I think they're brilliant because they can get so much out of it at different stages. Rupert just loves opening and shutting that door, and then he'll probably get to the stage soon where he's putting things into the cupboards and taking them out again. And it's only really once they reach about, I'd say about 2.5, 3 years old, that they really start to properly role play with it. But we have fun anyway, don't we? So what I tend to do is just give Rupert some on his high chair so that he's got something to put in his mouth and feed himself. And then I also have some in a bowl with a spoon just here. Not for any reason other than the fact that he really likes to be fed with a spoon. Are you a bit lazy? So we do a bit of both, don't we? And I don't find that that will impede his ability to use cutlery or anything when he's older, because this one was exactly the same, weren't you? And now he's a whiz at using cutlery, and a grumpy one too. I got it. I'm so excited. This is probably my I'd say my dream car. When I was a child, or not a child but a teenager, I babysat for the people that lived behind us, behind my parents' house, and they always had a Volvo, which is what this is, and I always admired it. Theirs was a super fancy one. I remember it had like smart screens in the back of the seats. Mine does not have that, but it is really, really nice, and I've been waiting probably about 2 or 3 months for it to arrive, so glad that it's here. I'll give you a little like look round if you're interested. Just to see, it is actually raining at the moment, so probably not the best to show you the outside because of my camera, so I might just film a clip of that and insert it here so that you can see. I am actually going to do a car organisation video on how I organise my car for having babies and toddlers and children in the car, so kind of like the safety things that I make sure that I have and the added like extras that I bring with me just to make life easier as a mum while traveling in a car with little ones. So look out for that video, probably coming soon before so anyway, let me just show you a little bit around. So this is the back. Obviously we've got the boys' seats in now. The seats are all this really nice white leather. Yes, you may be thinking that I'm stupid crazy for choosing white leather rather than the black, but it just makes it feel so much lighter in here. And the boys, obviously Finley is forward facing now. The back of these seats are black plastic, so if he kicks or puts his feet up then it won't, you know, make a stain. And I think I am actually going to get some seat guards to put on the leather seats at the back there, just to make it a little bit less likely that the seats will get damaged by the boys if they, you know, if they're having a snack and drop something. So I'll just show you the dash part. So this is what it looks like inside. Here's my car, here's my bag, which actually matches the outside colour of the car pretty well, so that's nice. Such a girl. I got this new, here's the key, I got this new key ring. I can't remember the name of the Etsy store now. I actually found them on Instagram, or somebody posted about them on Instagram, and I ordered this gorgeous key ring, so I'll leave them up on the screen because I'm sure that they'd love for you to go and support them and check them out. They had lots of different designs and colours. And then this is the dash. I've just changed this slightly from the normal image just because it's got our address on there, but you swipe this and there's lots of different features, and you can change different things. It's all touch screen, very nice. And then this is the front part here. I'll just switch it on actually, and then it's got a start-stop button, and then it comes up like this. It's very nice and fancy. It's just lovely in here. Got a nice mirror that apparently automatically dims when cars are coming up with bright lights. These buttons are super cool. So this is an on-call button, so if you get in a road traffic accident, that automatically calls. You press that and you calls through. And then there's an SOS button here that if you get into a serious accident, you can press this button and it will call through straight through to the emergency services. And apparently they can tell things like the temperature of your car so that they know if it's on fire, and if you crash the car, it automatically rings through to the emergency services, and if you don't answer, then they know to send out an ambulance even sooner, because obviously it probably was a serious crash. Super fancy. My husband calls it the Batmobile. So plans for the rest of the day. I've just got home now. Lawrence has been looking after the boys, and we are going to get out the Halloween, I say Halloween, it's more like autumn decorations really, and do a little bit of house decor. Then this afternoon we're going to nip over to Home Sense near to us to change that rug, because I think we've decided that we definitely want to try and find an alternative with a little bit more colour. We actually went, when we took my car to get the windscreen replaced yesterday, we went and had a look at some sofas, because we would love to get a new sofa for the living room. So that will be coming hopefully in the new year, and then that living room will just be a little bit more cosy and homely feeling. So I will catch up with you in a little while once I have started pulling out all the autumn and Halloween decorations. I'll show you what I've got and we'll put them up together. Okay, here are the Halloween decorations. So, I keep saying Halloween decorations, but really they are the autumn decorations. Oh, I forgot about this. I love this wreath. So we've got this wreath. This normally goes up above the fireplace there, where we've got the I think it's called a juju hat, that headdress. I made it myself actually. So we've got this, and then what else have we got in here? It'll be quite nice this year to not only use some of these autumn decorations, which is what I normally do. This is from Sainsbury's a few years ago. But also to be able to use some of the more Halloween-y decorations for Finley, because he understands what Halloween is. I got these from a school craft fair from the school that I used to work at. And this guy we normally use as a little candle holder in the kitchen on the side, and I think we'll probably do the same again this year. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put sweets inside his mouth, but I can't see that it would be a very good idea because it is ceramic and would break probably. What else have we got in here? Oh, this is a lovely gold pumpkin. Love this one. And then we've just got some other bits as well. Some of this is like cheapo stuff that I've had for years and years from when I was a teacher at school, and to be honest, I'm not going to use that, I don't think. Got some nice other pumpkins. Definitely don't go into Halloween and autumn decor as much as our American friends, do we? But I still love to do it. That's another one from the school craft fair. Got this little guy who's very sweet. He came from, I think, from Country Baskets quite a few years ago. Country Baskets is amazing. If you have one near you, search online because they're brilliant. I got all my wedding decor. There's lots of my wedding decor from there. We've got two of these. One that was mine from when I was teaching. One that my mum's partner gave to us last year. And then just some of these like cheaper Halloween things which I may put out in Finley's room along with this little guy. I know it's cheesy, but I quite like this one. I think it might have come from B&M. Then we've got some buckets. We don't go trick-or-treating. Finley's too young for any of that anyway, and there is no trick-or-treating this year, so you probably don't need those. We may do something fun at home just to celebrate. We've got some more of those buckets, tons of them in fact. Some of these little acorns, these are from Country Baskets. This guy came from the supermarket, I think, a few years ago. In fact, I think that I got this for when I did my Explorer Tots, when I used to run my baby and toddler classes. Oh, there's a couple of things in here. These torches are really fun. These are ones that I got again for my baby and toddler classes when I ran them. They don't have batteries in because I never store things with the batteries in, but basically they obviously project an image onto the wall, and they're really fun for babies to use, obviously with supervision, because you don't want them getting batteries in their mouth. We've got this guy. Oh, it's got some spiders on it. That's not supposed to be there, but this guy came from Home Sense couple of years ago. Seen better days, I think, but probably do again for at least another year. So I will get decorating and then I'll give you a little tour when it's all put up. I've not put loads up this year, to be honest, but I like what I've done. So I've put this wreath up. The key with wreaths always is to like fluff them when you put them up to make them look a bit more realistic. This one I think did come from Home Sense maybe one year, and I added a lot of bits. So I've added these, I added the conkers and things. They came from Country Baskets. And then I've just got my little trio of pumpkins here. The top of this unit isn't really done, to be honest. We're waiting to get a picture. We've actually got the picture already, but we need to get it framed and put it up there. I guess those are a bit autumnal, but they're not really. They're always there, basically. So we've got these three pumpkins. And then I just swapped out a little plant that we had here with my gold pumpkin and this little squirrely nutkin. And there's me and Lawrence on our wedding day. And then we've got this garland here that came from Sainsbury's. I use hooks under the fireplace to hang it, and I have them up, those hooks, all year round because they're really inconspicuous, and then I just hang different things there at different times of the year. Then moving over here into our living area, complete with cats. You can see me in the mirror there. We've just got a pumpkin over here. This one I showed the other day. Was it at the beginning of this vlog? I can't even remember how time's passed by. This came from Lidl. It's a real one. And then we've got this little wicker guy down here. This is the teakwood candle from Home Sense. This candle actually is one of the only kind of autumn ones that I could find in Home Sense. I had a look, but they don't seem to have many of the autumn candles available this year. I don't know if I've missed the boat on them. This is on Netflix. It's the Birchwood Fireplace, I think it's called. We have it on all the time. It's brilliant. And then over here in this windowsill, I've just done a little display with some autumn leaves. This candle isn't actually an autumn scent. It's Mediterranean, inspired by life on the Californian coast, so definitely not, but I thought that the colours were quite autumnal. This is a piece of slate that came from a beach near my dad's house. He lives down in Devon. And then we've just got these two little acorns. This table is here all year round, but I thought that it looked quite fitting for the season. This comes from Home Sense. And then just while we're in here, I'll show you what we did with the rugs. So we replaced the grey one. We took the grey one back, decided we didn't want it anymore, and replaced it with this. And I am so happy with it. So it's definitely probably a love it or hate it thing, but it warms up the space so much. It's really good quality. They are actually Ralph Lauren, both of them. They came from Home Sense. I think it cost £80 for one, and it's actually two rugs joined together. If you can see there, the seam. So we just basically put them together, and then the furniture's sitting on top of them so they don't move. And it's perfect. They're really, really nice quality, feel really soft, and just make the space feel so warm and cozy. But I think when we've got more modern furniture in here as well, we'll give it a modern vibe. I love this. This is not really seasonal either, but this is a vintage dough bowl that I got from an antiques fair quite a few years ago now. So that just lives under there and actually does a really good job of hiding the cords. This is just our little entryway here, and we're actually getting this painted next week, so which is why that's such a horrible colour. And it's not really very autumn. I've not really done too much with it, but we've got these pussy willow twigs in here, which I do have for a large part of the year, but I think that they look nice. This is a French serving bowl, again from an antiques market, and we just keep our keys in there. I've replaced one of the books with a black book just to make it look a bit more seasonal. Got some of those little acorns and that little pumpkin guy. And then over here, this is our one and only seasonal candle, which actually is from last year. It's the DW Home Salted Pumpkin and Caramel candle from Home Sense, and it is amazing. It smells so good, and I'm disappointed they don't have any this year. These little acorns, this isn't always here. It actually lives in our kitchen normally, but I just think that that looks quite seasonal. A pear seasonal, I guess they are like a winter fruit, aren't they? I showed you at the beginning of the vlog, but I'll show you again. We've just got this door wreath on the front door. It actually does have lights on it. There we go. You can't really see that much. I guess in the dark you'll be able to see it a little bit more. And that's pretty. And the last room I've done anything in is the kitchen. So sorry if it's gone a bit echoey. I've really just decorated this part because this is where obviously the boys sit to eat. Finley sits here, Rupert sits over there, sometimes sits there. We move the chair around. So this is kind of what they look at. I've put our little tinsel cat on, as well as another one of these leaf garlands from Country Baskets, apples and plums. That's not decoration, this is actually our fruit bowl. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Again, from an antiques market. You can tell where I go to shop. It's got a bit of a stain on, but it doesn't matter. And it's so pretty. And then got our big ceramic pumpkin, and I just put a little buddy next to him here. That pictures of Lawrence and I when I was pregnant with Finley and we went to Centre Parks. And then we've got these orange berries here with the eucalyptus, which is always in this big jar, which comes from Home Sense. These pictures are nice. They were actually commissioned, sounds fancy, but it's not really, by a local woman who did them to match our bar stools, which I will show you now. This guy's from Home Sense. So these are our bar stools. And so those pictures were commissioned to match this blue. And then the last thing we have is just this little setup with the other pumpkin, this black book. I get all these books from charity shops, by the way, and if you have a look, if you take the paper covers off and look underneath, then you can tell what the colour of the book is, and they make perfect stands for things. And then this is probably a Christmas candle, really, spice cookie, but it's orange, so it'll do. I've actually got changed as well because my top got dirty, and so I am fully matching now in an orange top as well. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with us this week and seeing what we got up to. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It's the first time I've ever done a weekly vlog, which I'm sure you're probably aware of, unless you're new here, in which case I would love for you to subscribe. I make weekly content on baby life, mum life, toddler life, parenting, and it would be lovely to have you stick around. Let me know if you like this style of video, leave me a comment down below and give it a like if you did, and then I will know if I should do one again. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.